Better Me Boot Camp. This right here is what you call winning. Got my workout in, got my Shakeology in my belly, took a nice cold shower, have clean hair, real people clothes, and all by 9 a.m. Hashtag winning. And that's exactly what I want to talk to you guys about today. How powerful a morning routine is. Now, before I get into the morning routine, right, and why I'm such an advocate for it, I do want to rewind real quick and just take you back about 10 years ago when I first started my journey and how I was trying to find my way through creating a routine, right? What I believe makes Beachbody so different than anything else out there is that it puts a person in total control of their journey. What do I mean by that? Well, there's no class time, there's no gym hours, there's no nutritionist you're waiting on, there's no trainer you're waiting on to be able to get your workout in, follow your meal plan, and achieve your results, right? You are in total control, like you're in the driver's seat. We have the tools where literally at the push of a button you can get your workout in, and it could fit into the crevices of your life. It could happen in any hour of the day, and any wrench that may be thrown in your plan, it's okay. You're able to pivot and adjust because everything is literally at your fingertips and you're in the driver's seat, right? So that's a powerful thought. And I remember back in my days when I was working full time outside of the home, right? When I was leaving at the ass crack of dawn and commuting to work, there were days where I just couldn't get it done in the morning. And I would resort to getting home and getting, dinner on the table, kids fed, bathed, everybody in bed. And then I'd be like on fumes, but I'd tell myself, I've got to get this workout in, and I'd get it in, right? And while it did build character, right? It built the discipline in me. The fact that I could always figure it out. I could always create that consistency muscle. I will tell you that it was when I made a decision to start to work offensively in my journey, right? And offensively versus defense. I'm a football mom, so hang with me here. On offense, you've got a plan. You go in with strategy, right? You know what it looks like before the whistle blows, right? Defense, you're just defending. You have no idea what's coming at you. You're like, over here, squirrel, like all over the map, just trying to defend your spot, right? When you work on offense and you have a plan and you start to create a routine, there's so much power in that. And more into my journey, right? With tenure under my belt, with, fails under my belt as well, because I had to feel what it was to not completely stick to the plan or get those workouts in when I was running on fumes or not be feeling it. I started to realize the power of a morning routine, right? And sometimes you have to reverse engineer that morning routine. It kind of starts at night, actually, right? The night before. It's committing to an earlier bedtime, right? It's committing to shutting down trash TV at night that you probably watch until the wee hours of the night just to kind of numb the stress, right? It's just this routine we get into, right? Then it starts with at night setting out your clothes, setting out your sneakers, like intentionality. I used to even have my Energize on my nightstand so that when the alarm went off, instead of me hitting snooze, I'd grab my Energize, start chugging it, and it would make, my eyes start to open and I'd get out of bed and start to get dressed. So then in the morning, setting that time, saying, I'm going to get this done at this time, allocating, obviously, if I had to leave, let's just throw out there, 7 a.m., I would adjust my wake up time an hour to an hour and a half earlier and set the intention and work offensively and have a plan, right? And then I also started incorporating mindset into that as well, right? So things like journaling, things like, whatever personal development book that you are grabbing a hold of, and I hope that you are deciding to grab a hold after we have this conversation, that you just get in 5 to 10 pages in the morning as you're drinking your Energize, right? As you're gearing up, or, as you're moving your body and stretching your body before your workout, you can also get in that mindset work. And it was in the creation of that morning routine that things just started turning around in a very big way. I learned the lesson of the work I was putting in that morning, right? Pouring into myself first. It's that very, very well-known analogy. You got to pour into your cup first before you can pour out, or you got to put that oxygen mask on yourself before you can put the oxygen mask on anyone else. I realized how important it was and how it set the tone for the rest of my day. I showed up to work differently. I showed up to waking up my kids in the morning differently. I showed up to commuting to work differently, right? It wasn't out of stress, anger, rush. It was balanced. It was fulfilled. It was energized. It was just showing up from this place of abundance. And that's the power of a morning routine. But most people will skip it because it is the hard thing to develop. And so I want to talk to you guys about it because, well, I want you to know that you also have tools within this group to help you strengthen that muscle, that morning routine muscle. We've got something called the No Snooze Crew. And while it was in your welcome email, right, it was in your Get Started Right list, checklist that you got as well, I want to come on here and remind you once again, the No Snooze Crew is there for all of us. And what is it? Well, there's no required time for you to show up, but I would tell you that it works 24/7. The link's open 24/7, but the hot hours, right, or the rush hour as you want to call it, is usually between 5:30 a.m. all the way through 9:30 a.m. In that gap of time, whatever works for you, you're going to see faces on the No Snooze Crew showing up to get their workout in. And it's just this place where you log in, you mute yourself, you keep your camera on, you mute yourself, you get your workout in, whatever workout program you're plugged into, whatever music you want to play for yourself, whatever's happening in your home is okay. You're muted, but on the No Snooze Crew, we are watching every single person have set that commitment and show up for each other, right? They don't just show up for themselves, they show up for each other. And there's just this power also in being on camera, and nobody's really there judging you or looking at, did you miss a rep? Did you do that squat right? Like, did you quit in the middle of that Tabata? That's usually me, right? But when the camera's on you, it's almost like you show up a little differently. And that's powerful as well, right? And you start to meet friends too. And that's where you start to really understand the power of community. So I wanted to come in here and talk to you about that and talk about in the morning routine, how important it is, and how I urge you to start to develop it for yourself. And I want to challenge you to start showing up to the No Snooze Crew. I have re-engaged and recommitted myself. And I'm declaring on here with you guys that my morning wake up is going to be at 6:15 every morning with the goal of arriving on the No Snooze Crew by 6:45. So if you're with me, team, I'd love to see you there. And next thing I will also be dropping is an evaluation for the week. I would love for you guys to fill out this evaluation because that's the way I could get to know what you're struggling with, what to bring to the table, what to help you guys with, or we also going to talk about the wins. I would love to hear the wins. So be on the lookout for that. And off we go. No Snooze Crew. I hope to see you there tomorrow. All right, guys. Talk to you soon.